Welcome clerics, GH here, and welcome back to another 3 of clerics video. Today we're going to check out Crusader, the new class, Zealot, and Sadhu. I hope it's not Badhu. Anyways, as per the usual, we're gonna show each classes and tell you guys the reasons why those classes are chosen, then the important skills, the good and the bad. And without further delay, this is Crusader, Zealot, and Sadhu. Let's do this. Okay, here's the classes. There's Crusader, Zealot, and Sadhu. And as usual, we're gonna be testing it out in the fields, show you guys what this build is all about. First and foremost, Crusader. Crusader is a very AoE specific class that can choose to prioritize healing or offense. And the reason we picked this class is for us to see what this class is all about. It's new and the changing of skills is quite interesting. The first skill we're gonna show is Chant. This is the skill that enables a Crusader to choose between Blessing of the Goddess and Goddess Retribution. Blessing is for healing and Retribution is for magic attack. But if you have the art for Chant, you no longer need to choose, which is great. Get that art ASAP. The next skill is Protection of the Goddess. Now if you choose Blessing of the Goddess, it will set a barrier that restores allies' HP. And if you choose Goddess Retribution, the barrier will turn purple and instead of healing, it will deal an insane amount of damage that can hit 6 targets. It's not AoE attack ratio, it hits only 6 targets, which is the downside of Protection of the Goddess. Third skill on the Crusader arsenal is Retaliation. If you choose Blessing of the Goddess, it will heal allies standing on where the light pillar drops down. And if you choose Goddess Retribution, the light pillar will deal damage. This is a mediocre skill because aside from the low skill factor and cooldown, it can only hit 4 targets. It's not indicated there that it's AoE attack ratio. It only hits 4 targets. Now the fourth Crusader skill is Condemn. If on healing mode, this will smash the ground that will leave a symbol of the Goddess tree and it will heal anyone stepping on it. If on attack mode, Goddess Retribution, it will damage anyone stepping on it. You see the pattern, right? Condemn is probably the second best Crusader skill. The last skill we're gonna cover for Crusader is Sacred. This is a channeling skill that creates an aura that will either heal or deal damage depending on what chant you're in. Or if you have the art, it does both. This is another good skill, probably the third best damaging skill based on skill factor. And to be honest with you, I think Crusader could be one of the top tier cleric class in the cleric class 3 as of now. Even with a stupid hit 6 targets only or 4 targets only, it's still really good because of the insane skill factor. It actually makes the old classes look like crap. I can kinda see another rebalance or another skill factor upgrade for the older classes because the new class, well, most of them have really good DPS in a way that they make the old classes pale in comparison. Okay, let's move on to the next class, which is Sadhu. Now Sadhu is a class that can use out-of-body skills to attack enemies. Most of its skills are area attacks, much like Crusader, but make the skill factor a bit lower. The reason we took Sadhu is we want to increase the magic attack of this build, and taking Sadhu with its plus 60% int stat growth ratio, this will definitely help. That said, let's look at the skills. First skill is out of body, of course. This can move your soul out of your body, giving you less received damage, more movement speed, and evasion. And while moving out of body, this also deals damage. Now the second skill is connected to out of body and it's Astral Body Explosion. Now this one inflicts AoE damage around you, both your body and soul if you have the attribute. This is a combo attack following out of body, so you use out of body, then Astral Body Explosion. Then the next skill, Prakriti. Now, Prakriti sends you back to your body and generates a magic circle that initially heals you and deal damage afterwards if you have the attributes. So the combo is you use out of body, then astral body explosion, then Prakriti. And make sure to use Prana before starting to attack because Prana gives you 20% additional psychokinesis property damage based on your magic attack and 15% minimum crit rate. Last skill for Sadhu we're gonna cover is Vashita Siddhi. This one is just an AoE attack, but it's a good one at that. Use it when available. And that's Sadhu, a very interesting attempt on making a unique class and a very good class to add to your build if you're looking to add more int stat growth ratio. Now let's move on to the last class, Zealot. And Zealot is a class that specializes on increasing the overall damage of the build you have. And the reason we took Zealot is because of one skill. And that skill is Fanaticism. And this one increases your damage by 80% for 15 seconds. Pretty awesome, right? Yeah, but that comes with a cost. And it's losing your ability to heal for 15 seconds. For me, it's worth it. Just be careful. Next skill is Beady-Eyed. If I'm correct, I don't know, I could be wrong. This one just got a rework adding a crit rate increase, but it's just 5 seconds. Anyway, this skill teleports you at the back of the enemy and increases your crit rate for 5 seconds. This is a perfect skill to use right after Fanaticism, then your strongest skill for maximum damage. For Zealot offensive skills, we got Immolation and Fanatic Illusion. Both are skills that deal damage per second. Both of these skills is kinda meh. I almost don't want to mention them. Anyways, here is the last Zealot skill, Emphatic Thrust. This is a debuff that causes enemies to take additional damage every time they're hit, and it's only a maximum of 10 hits. But this is much more useful than Immolation and Fanatic Illusion. Okay guys, I just wanna say that what I'm saying about the skills of Zealot and some of the Sadhu skills being low skill factor, this might change in the near future because it's just too weak to be useful in the new maps. So it's very obvious it's gonna change. And that's Zealot. It's kinda turning into a damage enhancing class because Zealot offensive skills, as I've said, is kinda weak. But if you look at it, we didn't really took Zealot for its offensive skills. We took it because of its buffs. And that's the class build, a very offensive centered class. Yes, you don't heal with this build, meaning you ignore Crusader healing chant. But if you have a high healing stat, go ahead, I guess it wouldn't hurt to heal. Especially if you have the chant art. But we got that out of the way, let's head on to the good and the bad. Let's start with the bad. Now there's not that much to be honest, except maybe the offensive capabilities of Sadhu and Zealot. It's lackluster, it's kind of weak, especially Zealot. Thankfully, it has a pretty good buff that helps boost the main class of this build. And I guess, no iframe or invincibility skills to help you survive hard-hitting attacks from raid bosses. And that's the bad. Now for the good stuff. First thing that I could think of is this build has a very high damage. Thanks to the insane skill factor of Crusader skills combined with Zealot's Fanaticism. And oddly enough, that high damage is mostly area attacks. None of it is single target, which is good I guess. Another thing is the awesome Crusader costume. Kinda like it. All in all, this build is pretty good for DPS and an awesome news for Tree of Cleric fans because the new class is not crap. And that's it guys, that's Crusader, Zealot, and Sadhu. What do you think of this build? Is this what you're looking for or is this a pass? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you like the video, hit that like button, share so we can fight the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to be part of the Gaming Hardcore family. And as always, this is Unreal Gaming Hardcore. See you in the next one.